And with that, let's now bring you the latest from South Korea. Nature's fury continues in South Korea. It has been more than 48 hours since extreme rainfall that caused a riverbank to break and water suddenly filled the major underpasses of the nation, stopping vehicles dead. Meanwhile, South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol has said he will completely overhaul the country's approach to extreme weather as these events will become more commonplace. Let's also listen in to these ground reports.
A year ago, South Korea vowed to step up its readiness for extreme weather driven by climate change. But in the past week alone, dozens of people have died as heavy rain hammered the country. And it's casting doubt on South Korea's preparedness, as the threat of more torrential downpours loom large. So, what has been done so far? Well, experts say not enough. Some believe that spending remains too focused on recovery, not prevention. Jong Chang-sam is an engineering professor at Induk University in Seoul, specializing in water resources. He says prevention is crucial to minimizing damage and lives lost, but it is often neglected because the benefits are not immediately obvious to politicians and those in government.
그런 인재였다라는 거죠.
People like to use expressions such as rapid response, emergency recovery.
나오기 시작한 거, 하천물이 쏟아지기 시작한 것 자체가
It is wrong. Climate disasters are already underway. So now if you put money into prevention projects,
요인이 있음에도 불구하고 사전 차단을 하지 못해서
you can do it at half the cost of recovery projects.
차단 관리 주체에 대한 문제들이 두 번째 해당되는 문제가 될 것 같습니다.
It's not just flooding that's posing a risk. South Korea is mountainous, and urban development has left many regions vulnerable to landslides. That's while readiness to respond to extreme weather has not been up to speed. A 2020 study by the Korea Meteorological Administration found that property damage costs and casualties from extreme weather have tripled compared to the yearly average of the previous decade. The past week's victims include 20 killed or missing in the mountainous North Gyeongsang province, many from landslides. Jeong said authorities who were too slow to act on available information and who had not created a system to alert residents could be blamed for the casualties. On Monday, President Yoon Suk-yeol echoed a call he made last year, when flooding in August from the heaviest rain to hit Seoul in 115 years paralyzed commercial areas and inundated low-lying neighborhoods in the affluent Gangnam district. This type of extreme weather is going to become the norm, so we need to manage it as the norm, he said, adding that South Korea needs to get rid of the idea that we can't do anything about unusual circumstances. Officials have also promised to spend more on natural disaster prevention. The country committed about $1.6 billion in 2022, 20% more than what was spent the previous year, according to the Interior Ministry.
Rescuers retrieved body after body from a flooded tunnel in central South Korea on Sunday. The levee of a nearby river was destroyed by the downpours on Saturday, according to local firefighters. Around 15 vehicles, including a bus, were submerged in the underpass. It is unclear how many people remain missing. A survivor from the submerged tunnel said the government should have restricted access to the underpass when flooding was expected, South Korea's Yonhap news agency reported. A local official said the levee collapsed unexpectedly. This man is an uncle of one of the missing. He's come from the other side of the country and hasn't eaten, he says, but there has been little news from the authorities. Heavy downpours caused landslides and floods across the region, with nearly 8,000 people ordered to evacuate. While South Korea often experiences heavy rains in summer, it has witnessed a sharp increase in torrential rains in recent years. The disaster took place despite South Korea's vow to step up preparedness against torrential rains. Floods hit Seoul last year after the heaviest downpours in 115 years, inundating basement flats in low-lying neighbourhoods. President Yoon Suk-yeol said some regions had failed to take preemptive measures against the extreme weather and ordered the mobilisation of all available resources to minimise casualties. The Korea Meteorological Administration said the central and southern parts of the country could receive as much as 12 inches of additional rain by Tuesday.